Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the second game of the PSCL here on this Sunday afternoon. On June 29th, we have the A's taking on the Bootleggers. But right now, the Bootleggers are right in front of the A's with the 11-4 record, while the A's are sitting at 10-4. So with an A's win and the Bootleggers loss, they could potentially move up in the standings since they're going to be right behind the Jags, who are have a 12-2 record sitting on top in first place. So this is going to be a big game right here if anyone wants to advance. But the Bootleggers will do whatever they can to stay within second place and get the top two seeds for the playoffs. But for right now, the Bootleggers are going to be away while the A's are home. And the starting lineup for the Bootleggers is going to be leadoff batter playing second Maddox Farrell. Batting second, their catcher is going to be Giovanni Liberti. Batting third, playing third base is going to be Noah Ariola. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter playing shortstop is going to be Isaac Herzog. Batting fifth, the extra hitter is going to be Declan Rivero. Batting sixth, their first baseman is going to be Zach Perro. Batting seventh, the DH is going to be Hayden Tanksley. And that would be called for ball one on the first pitch to Farrell. Batting seventh is going to be Hayden Tanksley, the DH. Batting eighth is Aiden Morey playing center field. Batting ninth, playing left field is going to be Easton Ogle. And to round it out, playing right field is going to be Garrett Amodeo. And now Farrell takes 1 ball and 1 strike. And the starting pitcher for the A's is going to be Hudson Myers, the lefty. So it's going to be a lefty-lefty matchup in his first at-bat. A swing and a miss for strike two as Farrell was trying to get a big piece of that one.
Yeah, Hudson Myers, if you looked at that stat sheet for the PSCL in the top 10 stat categories, Hudson Myers is third in strikeouts in the PSCL this summer.
And he's certainly having a great season as he's sitting right here in the pitching stats. He's number 4 right behind Caden Stillwell. But nonetheless, he's still one of the top 5 pitchers in this league, currently holding a 1.69 ERA. And he fouls it off. The count still remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Bootleggers have a tough assignment if they want to remain the number 2 seed, because the A's are right behind them with their top pitcher coming up to pitch, Hudson Myers.
This is the second time they met this week, actually. The last time they played, it was Isaac Quintero pitching for the Bootleggers and Makoa Death pitching for the A's. Makoa Death gave up a lot of runs, and he pitched the whole game, 130-plus pitches in that complete game, but just wasn't able to stop the Bootleggers' bats, which were on fire in that game. And now they have a good pitcher here in Hudson Myers, who's looking to try to hold down the Bootleggers here and get a crucial win.
Yeah, Maddox Farrell is a recent 2025 high school graduate out of Quartz Hill High School. His last time around was against the Bombers on yesterday, June 28th. Only had 1 at bat, but he walked and was able to score. So he had a productive day yesterday. He's currently in a 2-2 count. Myers just missed inside to working for a full count early on. Farrell's seen a lot of pitches. This will be his 8th pitch in his first at bat. Doesn't strike out necessarily too much. He only has 3 in 21 at bats this summer, so he's been great eliminating those strikeouts. As he fouls that one off yet again. This is how you want to start off the game if you're the leadoff batter. Just foul as many pitches as you can and see a good amount of pitches for your first time around.
I guess the guy who's been so good this year in the PSCL start to wear him off early here. Hudson Myers just unable to get the first guy out.
And Farrell slaps it over to shortstop for a base hit. What an at bat for him to start off the day. He was just able to muscle it over to shortstop, and it dropped right in front of left field. And that'll be McGlynn, who was not able to get there in time. It was hit softly. So now we have Giovanni Liberti coming up to bat.
10 hits, 10 pitches in a row that he saw in that one at bat, and it ends up playing in his favor, getting in the soft contact single on that left field side. Good AB there.
And don't be surprised if you see Farrell trying to snag second base. He already has 5 this summer. And Liberti's also one of those hitters that rarely strikes out. He hasn't struck out in 3 straight games. He missed in for ball 2. The last time he struck out was back on June 24th against the Colonials. He's ahead in the count early. 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes. Hudson Myers been working behind the count on back-to-back batters so far. Messed up for ball 3. Bootleggers doing a great job remaining patient early on in this game. Giovanni Liberti is currently batting .320. He has collected 8 hits. Takes for strike one. The 3-1 count to Liberti.
Now Hudson Myers knows that his pitch count's starting to go up a little bit here. Even in just this first half inning, he knows he's got to start challenging these batters that they're not going to go after the pitches that he's delivering.
And he shoots it right over to the right field. That's going to be going to Browning, and he's under it. He's able to get the correct route and fire it back in for the first out. Great route by him and great read off the bat.
Very good jump there, helping out his pitcher there. Browning going all the way to the right field side. Enough speed in right field to go get that catch. And any misstep there, he would have let that thing go into the right field corner. That could have scored the first run of the game.
Yeah, Farrell certainly has speed down there. Good thing he got the good jump and took a correct route to get to the ball. And now we have Noah Ariola coming up to bat. Currently batting a whopping .441 with a .500 on-base percentage. Takes low for ball one and gets away from the catcher, and he's able to take second base. Farrell is now in scoring position. The A's catcher Kakuta was able to smother it, but it just got far enough for Farrell to take second base.
Yeah, there was a chance to make a play there potentially, but the catcher pulls up there to not try to go get the runner there in this situation. Go told it by Liberti though.
Yeah, now you have one of the better hitters in his lineup. He's currently has 11 RBIs. And he shoots it, rolls it over to the third baseman. Farrell gets in a pickle. He goes there, and it was unfortunate base running by Farrell. He got caught up in no man's land, was thinking about going 3, but the third baseman for the A's, Cosio, was able to check him and saw him. He was far off the bag and was able to throw it to the second baseman to get Farrell in the pickle, and that's how they get their second out.
Yeah, 6-4-6 play there. Choosing to make the play, Cosio going to Hill, and Hill recognizing that they caught him up in the middle of a pickle, and Cosio able to tag him out with the lead runner there. So good recognition from the defense.
Yeah, great defense already. Unfortunate for the Bootleggers because now they have no one in scoring position. And now they got Ariola back at first base. So now we have Isaac Herzog batting fourth in the cleanup spot, who's out of Cisco College. Standing 5'10", weighing 180 pounds, currently batting .406. Looking to carry his hit streak to 3 games. Takes for strike one. The count's even up at 1-1. Hasn't struck yet on 3 straight games as well. And a total of 6 at-bats. But he has earned himself some three walks within that game span. He takes a swing and a miss for strike 2. The count's currently 1-2 here in the top of the first inning. Bootleggers were threatening with Farrell at second base, but he got caught up in a pickle and was recorded for the second out. And now we have Noah Ariola reaching on a fielder's choice. Gets him looking for the strike 3 call. Hudson Myers is able to get out of it unscathed, and we'll be heading to the bottom of the first inning after this break.
Family setting, you know, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the second game of the PSCL here on this Sunday afternoon. We currently have the A's taking on the Bootleggers. And just to give you a quick reminder, the A's are right behind the Bootleggers. No, excuse me. Yes, the A's are right behind the Bootleggers by one game. The Bootleggers are currently 11-4, and the A's are currently 10-4. So with the A's win today, they do have the chance to potentially reach second place. But the Bootleggers did have their chance back in the second inning with Farrell at second base, but he was caught up in a pickle, and he was unfortunately out, and they were able to get out of the inning unscathed. So now the A's leadoff batter is going to be Brady McClin playing left field. Batting second is going to be Jeffrey Fontenot playing. It's going to be the DH. Batting third is going to be Ethan Beltran at shortstop. Batting fourth, the cleanup guy, is going to be Blake Browning, the right fielder. And McClin takes for strike one at currently a 2-1 count. Batting fifth is going to be Gilbert Cosio playing third base. Batting sixth is Andrew Carnes, the extra hitter. Derek Thompson playing center field, batting seventh. Batting eighth is going to be Logan Lobel playing first base. Batting ninth, Cade Hill playing second. And to round it out is going to be Dylan Kakuda catching, batting 10th. Now McClin was able to work himself to a 3-1 count, so he's early on with the hitters count. He slaps it over, foul back behind the stands. And the starting pitcher for the Bootleggers is going to be Brady Bickett.
Yeah, Brady Bickett this year has been very good at the mound for the Bootleggers, and you know the combination of Quintero and Brady Bickett this year, 2.02 ERA this summer in 3 games. He started 3 games as a 1-1 count or a 1-1 win-loss ratio. Faced off against 62 batters and struck out 21 of those guys.
Having a great summer so far. Although McClin's out here battling it out, but he's able to work a walk with 4 balls. Both leadoff batters for the Bootleggers and the McClin have been doing a great job raising up the pitch count. They both got on base with the walk. And Farrell was able to single for the Bootleggers. And let's see if the A's can take advantage of the leadoff runner getting on early. And now we have Fontenot, the DH, taking for ball 1 just off the plate. Fontenot swings and fouls it off. It counts currently 1-1.
Yeah, Fontenot this year, 382 batting average, 11 singles, 2 doubles, knocked in 5 RBIs this season.
It's currently a lefty-righty matchup as Brady Bickett's a left-handed pitcher. Counts even up a 1-1 after that foul ball. And he jams them in, and it looks like it's going to drop. Fair ball right in front of the right fielder, Amodeo, who's out there in right field. Hit very softly, but they have runners on first and second now, so they're threatening with runners in scoring position.
Just one of those bloop-type hits, 68 off the bat, right field side towards the first baseline, and falls right in front of Amodeo in right field, where he's able to pick it up, but a good single here for Fontenot. There's no outs, by the way, too. This is a tough situation. The reverse side, where the Bootleggers had the upper hand the last time against the A's this week on that Friday, June 27th. The Bootleggers went up 11 over the A's 1 run.
Yeah, now due up is Ethan Beltran, the number 3 hitter, taking for strike 1. Just missed off the plate, counts even up a 1-1. He's a recent 2025 high school graduate. Will be attending Riverside City College this fall. He currently has 8 hits and has recorded 10 RBIs. But now he's in a hole in a 1-2 count. This is the A's chance to put on a run. To get ahead early, as the Bootleggers failed to do that as Farr was caught up in a pickle. Base hit here could make it a 1-0 lead early on. He fouls it straight back, just getting under it.
Yeah, both the combination of Ethan Beltran and Blake Browning have been very good this year. But the 3-4 hitters, that 1-2 punch has been able to get runs in this year for the A's. They've had 111 runs scored this year.
And a swing and a miss for strike 3 as he collects his first out, as well as his first strikeout of the game. And now it's going to be the cleanup hitter, Blake Browning, the right fielder. He's out of Cal State University, San Marcos, currently in his junior year. He's batting .379 and collecting 11 RBIs. The most he ever had was against the Bootleggers on June 16th, but they lost 7-8 as he collected 4 RBIs. And he takes for strike 1 here.
Got him on the outside corner for the call.
Now this is certainly their opportunity to do anything, but they do have to avoid the double play with runners at first and second. He takes in for ball 1 to count, leaving up a 1-1. Now the A's batters are remaining patient, just like the Bootleggers, not swinging at any bad pitches off the zone. And now he's ahead 2-1. Browning remaining patient. Still in the bottom of the first inning, the score is 0-0, but the A's are threatening with the runner at second base. Now the count's at 2-2. Be a lefty-righty matchup as Browning stands in a right-hander's batter's box. Comes the pitch, and it just missed on the outside corner. He's able to work it full. This will be Brody Bickett's second full count in this inning alone.
It was a good pitch on the outside edge too. Just missed off the plate by about 2 ball lengths.
Yeah, Brady Bickett's out of Charleston Southern, but he's able to get his second strikeout of the game. Had Browning swinging and missing. In that duo, we have Gilbert Casio, third baseman. Now, Brady Biggets holds a great 2.02 ERA. Last time around was against the Colonials on June 24th. Had 11 strikeouts and 4 walks, but had no earned runs. And now Casio takes for strike 1. And this will be his 4th pitching appearance. Bickett was able to collect a total of 21 strikeouts through 3 outings. And now he's checking the runner at second base, make sure he doesn't go too far off the bag, and he throws back-to-back strikes to get Casio on the 0-2 count with 2 outs. So Bickett also has a chance to get out of this inning unscathed, as the A's have a runner in scoring position as well at first base. A walk and a single, but he has back-to-back strikeouts so far. Missed up with that fastball, ball 1. The count's currently 1-2 here in the bottom of the first inning. A lot of traffic for both starting pitchers early on. But Bickett shows he's been having that knockout stuff as he had both batters swinging and missing. Gets him for the 3rd straight strikeout. He's able to get out of the inning unscathed. Giving up a walk and allowing a hit, but it doesn't matter. He's able to strike out the rest of the batters, and we'll be right back after this break.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the second game of the PSCL here on Sunday afternoon. We have ourselves a good game as the A's and the Bootleggers are neck and neck in the standings. And now due up for the Bootleggers, we have Declan Rivero. Now the A's back in the first inning had their chance with the leadoff walk and a single, but Brady Pickett was able to work his way out of it, striking out 3 straight batters to get out of the inning. But now we have the Bootleggers' chance again to put pressure on the starting pitcher, the Hudson Myers, who was also able to work his way out of the first inning with some traffic, and he throws it for strike 1 to Rivero, batting 5th in the lineup for the Bootleggers.
This is where we might see a masterclass today from Hudson Myers. He's trying to beat Isaac Quintero in that strikeout category right now.
And now he takes for ball 1, counts even up at 1-1. Declan Rivero is also having a great resume for this summer. He's batting .414 with the on-base percentage of .485. So Hudson Myers does have a tough assignment here. He takes for ball 2. The count's currently 2-1. Rivero was able to collect 12 hits and have 10 RBIs while only striking out 8 times. He's on a stretch right now where he hasn't struck out in back-to-back games. Takes low for ball 3.
According to this as well on the graphic, that Isaac Quintero is actually tied with Hudson Myers after that last strikeout at the end of the top half of the first inning. They're both at 28 strikeouts now.
We're certainly going to see a pitcher's duel here, but you also have to remember both teams' offense have been remaining patient, not swinging at anything off the zone and only swinging at pitches they love to see. And now Declan Rivera was able to work a leadoff walk. So that'll be back-to-back innings where the leadoff batter gets on. And now we have Zach Perro, the first baseman, coming up to bat, who's out of Cisco College. Standing 5'10", weighing 205 pounds, takes up for ball 1. Perro's currently batting .292. Had no hits, but he was able to get a sac fly and get an RBI his last game. And that was against the Bombers yesterday as they lost 10-9. Fouls it straight back for strike 1. Now Rivero's taking a small lead there at first base. Doesn't have too many stolen bags, only has 2, and the most recent one came yesterday against the Bombers.
And Hudson Myers is 4th place in the PSCO with that ERA of 1.69.
It's definitely going to test the offense today with these high batting averages, but we'll see. They're going to be put to the test. As it counts currently 2-1. And he fouls it straight up in the air, foul. Strike 2, he's even up to count at 2-2. Currently in the top of the second inning, the Bootleggers were able to get a leadoff walk by Rivero, but now Perro's in a 2-2 jam right here. See if he could move him or potentially just hit it up in the outfield, but now he swings and miss for strike 3. He's able to get him swinging. Mars is able to collect his second strikeout of the game.
And now with that strikeout, he leads in front of Isaac Quintero for 2nd place in strikeouts.
These guys certainly have some great knockout pitches. And now we have Hayden Tanksley, the lefty, so it'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. Tanksley is going to be attending Cisco College. Currently batting .320 here in the PSCL. And there he goes, Rivero sliding down to second base, and he's in there. He'll collect his 3rd stolen base this summer. Great jump by him. It's very difficult to steal off the lefty because you don't know if they're going to pick you off at first base as soon as they lift their leg or throw it home, but he gambled and got away with it. So now Tanksley takes a strike, but he was able to allow Rivero to steal second. And Myers fires back another strike to get him in an 0-2 hole.
Kakuda had a bit of a misstep there with the ball. Just couldn't pull it out of the transfer quickly enough to make the throw in time.
And now they only have 1 out. They have the chance to move him or potentially bring him in to get the first run of the game. They were in the same situation as they were last inning. But unfortunately, Farrell was caught up in the pickle. And now the count's 1-2 as he took for ball 1. Tanksley has a total of 8 RBIs. Hasn't had an RBI in a couple games, but this is his chance right here to change that. The 1-2 count with one out here in the top of the second inning. And it shoots it over this infield, and it's down for a hit in front of the right fielder. They're going to wave him over. There's going to be a play at the plate. And the A's right fielder airmailed it and was not able to get the out. And now the runner advances to second base off of that throw. Browning tried to get him at home, but that allowed Tanksy to advance to second base after that single. So now the Bootleggers lead 1-0 here in the top of the second inning.
A good piece of hitting there from Hayden Tanksley just to drive in the first runs of the game. Sent it to right field, another little soft contactor, and again another blooper dinker to right field. We've seen that twice already today.
Yeah, soft hits, but they'll take it as it was an RBI single. And now we have Aiden Maury, the center fielder, coming up the bat. Aiden Maury is at a Gardner Webb. And there we go, the wild pitch, and that advances Hayden Tanksy to go to third base, still with one out here in the top of the second inning. Bootleggers are certainly getting things going their way. Maury currently has 4 RBIs, but he's been a hit machine as he has 7 hits and was on a 3-game hit streak, but it snapped yesterday against the Bombers. Only has 4 strikeouts, so he's been great at the plate, just fouling everything off and putting the ball in play, but that's all you can ask for at this point. Since there's a runner at third base with only 1 out, and the A's have the defense in to prevent any more runs from coming in. Now he takes ball 2. It's going to be a 2-0 count here to Maury. Infield playing in early on. They're not going to risk being down early on in the game. And on deck for the Bootleggers, they have Easton Ogle. Takes for strike 1. The count's currently 2-1. Hudson Myers certainly working his way out of traffic in back-to-back innings. But just as you mentioned earlier, he is a strikeout machine, so his breaking stuff will not be enough this time around as he hits it over the infield. The line drive to left field. McClin fields it and fires it to second base. Back-to-back singles to bring in runs. Now the score is going to be 2-0 as Tanksy is able to score off that hit by Maury.
Another good piece of hitting again. This time he got a better barrel to the bat on the upstairs breaking pitch and send it to left field. Seen this a couple times throughout Hudson Myers' times. And when he's pitching up there, he gets some really good balls barreled by the teams that he faces off of.
Yeah, he just left that one up. And now we have Easton Ogle coming up to bat. Still with 1 out and 1 ball. A's have the chance to get out of this to limit the damage with the runner at first base. They still have the chance to turn the double play. But for right now, it's the Bootleggers taking over the game as they continue to get base knocks. As he takes for strike 1, the count's even at 1-1. Still haven't recorded an extra base hit yet. They just continue to get singles and move the runners over. We have Maury standing at first base. Only has 2 stolen bases, but with the way things are going, he's taken off to second base as the ball's thrown away by Myers. Maury is able to advance without a throw down to second. Now they got another runner in scoring position.
And just a wild pitch there, and you can see the Bootleggers, they've done this a lot this year. They've been able to get into the pitcher's head throughout much of the game, and we've also saw this in the earlier game where some pitchers just, including Bear Pinedo, he had some issues towards the latter part of the game where he started losing control of it. Right now, Hudson Myers just needing to settle back in here and keep things calm.
Yeah, the most Hudson Myers ever given up was 2 runs, and that came against the Bootleggers back on June 16th. So Hudson Myers isn't the type of pitcher to give up many runs. And right now, the Bootleggers have the chance to snap that, making it 3. Here comes the pitch. He missed up for ball 3. Easton Ogle is remaining patient. He worked himself into a 3-1 count. Now, last time Myers pitched was on June 24th. He only had 1 earned run and 5 innings of work. But now he's in a 3-1 count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Is able to get back into this pitching count. The count making it full at 3-2. And this will be his second full count this game. And this will be a big pitch as he doesn't want to have runners at first and second. He's trying to get this out here and potentially get out of the inning, and he misses for ball 4. It'll be his second walk this inning. And now we have Garrett Amodeo, the right fielder, coming up to bat. Amodeo is out of Kentucky Christian University.
It's one of the more tougher outings from Hudson Myers that we've seen this year. He's been able to keep innings under control against a lot of offenses this year in the PSEL. Ryan is just struggling to kind of keep them at bay here.
Yeah, you said it correct. Look at his numbers. He seems to be unstoppable. But right now, the bootleggers seem to be getting to him early. The most earned run he's ever given up was only 2, but the Lakers have a chance to break that. Potentially add on more runs, as there's going to be a mound visit real quick just to maybe calm him down a bit. And we discussed the game plan to get out of this inning. They still have the chance for a double play. The runners on first and second.
I think Jimmy Johnson recognizing something right here, and it looks like Hudson Myers' elbow is a little, that's not a good sign for a pitcher right now. Hudson Myers going out of the game with an elbow injury. That is not what you want to see from a pitcher.
Yeah, he didn't even argue with them. He's grabbing on that elbow pretty well. Just hope the best for him. And it looks like the trainer's going to go over there to take a look at him. And now the A's bring in an emergency pitcher, the left fielder.
Looks like, yeah, Braden McLean they're bringing in.
And then we'll be right back after this break while McLean gets warmed up and get ready to start pitching.
Somewhere down there is you. And just like us, you're an amazing Palm Springs vacation home. I bet we have a lot in common. Elevated, yet down to earth. A place to soak it up, sip it down, and make a splash. A place where staying in is even better than going out. Not just a place for visiting, a place for living in the moment. That moment when vacation dreams become reality. You're one of Palm Springs' best kept secrets. Let's show you off. Because you're so much more than just a home. You're a destination. You're an adventure. You're an idyllic escape. You're a happy place.
Need a garage door replaced or repaired? Then go to Overhead Door Company. We do it all. Repairs, service, new installs, retrofits, and more. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been committed to bringing you the best in residential garage doors, commercial doors, openers, and accessories. Whether you need a stylish new garage door for your home, a more energy-efficient commercial door for your business, or a better integrated door system for your industrial application, remember, if you don't see the red ribbon logo, you are not getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door products and service you need. Look for the red ribbon for products that are reliable and safe. Our service technicians are trained, knowledgeable, and background checked. Our continued success is due to our exceptional employees. Call 760-772-3667. Overhead Door Company. We sell the best and service the rest.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. We just had to take a quick break while Hudson Myers, the A's starting pitcher, seemed to suffer from an arm injury grabbing his elbow. So now we have the left fielder McClin coming in to pitch, and it looks like Fontenot, the DH for the A's, is playing in left field. So now there was a double steal for the Bootleggers. So that means Easton Ogle is now standing at second base, and Maury is going to be standing at third base.
Yeah, they just performed the double steal there, and hopefully Hudson Myers is good because he came off the mound holding that elbow, like you said. And hopefully he doesn't need to have Tommy John surgery for that left arm.
Yeah, we hope the best for him. It's never fun seeing that type of stuff. But now we have Amadeo, the 10th hitter, working the count even at 2-2 with one out here in the top of the second inning. Just missed low for ball 3. What a take by him. Now with runners at second and third, the Bootleggers have the chance to pile on the lead. They've already put up 2 runs. And here comes the pitch. Missed low for ball 4. So now the bases are loaded after back-to-back walks. But the A's still have the chance for a double play with the bases loaded, as they could throw out any bags and that would be counting as a force out.
And this is why this becomes a much more tough situation, because especially Jimmy Johnson, he was hoping for a good outing today by Hudson Myers, but now he's gone with that injury, and you got to go to one of your backup pitchers here who you have to get ready quickly with, Hudson Myers having to come out of the game here.
Yes, certainly, because the Bootleggers are ahead of the A's in the standings. They both have 4 losses, but the Lakers have 1 more win. So this is a big game right here to stay in the top 2 and to stay in the top of the standings in the PSCL. But now we have Maddox Farrow, who singled his first time around, working even count at 1-1. With 1 out here in the top of the top of the second inning. He gets a jam shot right to the shortstop. He's able to throw it to second base, but they cannot turn the double play, but that's okay. They'll exchange an out for a run. They were able to get the runner at second base, which was going to be Amadeo running over, but now they have 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Now they have runners in the corners at first and third. Still have the chance to limit the damage with a double play. No, excuse me, that'd be their second out. Zach Perro struck out earlier in his inning. And with Amadeo out at second base, they only have 2 outs and have the chance to get out of this. And now we have Giovanni Liberti with the swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, basically just a sacrifice. Fielder's choice, try to force the defense to make a play there. They don't pull the double play off, and the 1 run comes around.
Yeah, very fortunate for the Bootleggers to get another run, and he's able to pick him off at first base. Farrell was caught looking, having some base running mishaps, but that's going to be fine as they were able to get another run. But the A's did limit the damage. They do have some work to do, and we'll head over to the bottom of the second inning after this break.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in into Game 2 of the PSCL. The Bootleggers are currently take on the A's, and they're still ahead as they were able to put up 3 runs here in the top of the second inning. And now due up for the A's, we have Andrew Carnes, the extra hitter, batting 6th in the lineup for the A's. And the Bootleggers still have Brady Bickett out there for work as he's able to throw in a first pitch strike. He fouls it back for strike 2.
It's getting a little windy out here, too.
Yeah, nice breeze out here, so anything hit up in the air, it's going to be a little bit more difficult while they have to fight off the sun. And now the wind, which could change the direction of the ball.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of blowing from the outfield towards the infield here.
It's going to be interesting to see how the fielders make the adjustments. And he's lit on that pitch as he fouls it. Still 0-2 count to Carnes. He's currently batting .304. Last time around was against the Bootleggers as well on June 27th. Had 1 hit with 1 RBI and as well as a stolen base. Productive day. But now he's in an 0-2 hole and he shoots it right over to the second baseman. That'd be Farrell, and he's able to gun it down to first base to get the first out of the inning. That'd be a 4-3 putout to collect the first out. And now we have Derek Thompson, the center fielder, coming up the bat.
In both these teams this year, we're going to see a lot of offense today. You know, we just talked about the Bootleggers getting those 3 runs. The last time they played the A's, they put up 11 on the board. The A's have been able to score 111 this year. The Bootleggers have been able to score 112 this year.
Yeah, very great offensively as well as pitching. But this time around, it's been all about the Bootleggers as they were able to cash in those runs.
And the Bootleggers have had the better side of the pitching. 61 runs allowed compared to many of the other teams who are in triple digits already.
Derek Thompson shoots it over to left field, and it's going to be dropped for a base hit as he fell in front of the left fielder. He throws it in, but he does not have a play because Thompson was able to leg it out for a double. Ogle had no choice but to just reel it into the cut. That ball stayed up in the air for a while, and with Thompson's speed, he's able to turn to round first base and put himself in scoring position.
I'm not sure if Ogle out there in left field just couldn't find the ball or trace it. He kind of lost it in the sunlight, it seemed like, but it was in a good spot where it would land even though it was high enough up in the air, and it was like right between that left field sign, shallow left field, just before the infield grass.
Yeah, just like you said, it was hit up high in the sky. I thought he had a chance, but it just fell right in front of him. And now we have Logan Bell, the first baseman, batting 8th. So now the A's have a runner in scoring position yet again. Had the opportunity to put up a score last inning when they had McClin standing at second base, but they weren't able to cash them in as they had 3 straight strikeouts after that. And now he takes for strike 2. He's currently in the hole 0-2. And now Thompson currently has 3 stolen bases, but we probably won't see him try to steal third as he's already in scoring position. Be very risky to try to do that. Lobel is currently out of Louisiana Christian University. Takes for ball 1. Has a total of 2 RBIs, so he has a chance to pile on that stat right there to make it 3 with his speed down at second base. A swing and a miss for strike 3. He's not able to bring him in or move him over. That'd be the second out of this inning. And that'd be the 4th strikeout the A's have. And now we have Cade Hill, their second baseman. Cade Hill is out of Walla Walla High School. Will be attending college this fall, but still looking for a home to be at. Excuse me. And he takes for ball 1 outside. His last time around was against the Chill on June 26th. Had 1 hit and 1 RBI, as well as a sac fly, but they lost 9-10. And now he's ahead in the count 1-0. Takes for strike 1. He's even up to count at 1-1.
Wow, that was a fastball that he just tossed there, 89 miles per hour. It's a little bit of chucking speed by Brady Bickett.
Yeah, Brady Bickett for sure showing off the heater he has. And there goes Thompson trying to steal third, and is he going to be in there? No, he's not. He threw it away. Thompson's easily going to be able to score as they're finally getting on the board 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. They are slowly but surely trying to work their way back in, as this is a game they desperately need to win. But now, Caden Hill is currently in the 1-2 count. What a risky but successful steal by Thompson. Brady Biggin missed high up for ball 2. Counts even up at 2-2. And here comes the pitch. Fires it and he misses for strike 3. Chasm swinging. Cade Hill struck out to end the inning, but nonetheless, the A's were able to put on a run here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And be right back after this break.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for tuning in into Game 2 of the PSCL here on this Sunday afternoon. We have a nice breeze going on, but I mean that's an added factor for the defense on both teams, as they'll have to work their way around it and make the adjustments on the fly. And currently the A's were able to get on the board back in the bottom of the 2nd inning with the steal from Thompson. He was able to get to 3rd, but the throwing error by the bootleggers. Liberty was able to bring him in as he threw it away. So now the score remains 3-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. And now due up for the Lakers, we have Giovanni Liberty coming off the bat, taking strike 1. He fouls it back for strike 2. And just to give you folks a quick reminder, Hudson Myers was taken out of the game back in the 2nd inning. And now we have number 12, McClin, the left fielder, coming in to pitch, and the DH, Fontenot, playing at left field. And a swing and a miss for strike 3 is able to get him down on strikes.
Oof. Got him on slip and slides there.
Yeah, had him certainly out in front of that one. He's probably expecting a fastball. And now we have Noah Ariola coming up the bat, the 3-hole hitter who reached on the fielder's choice his first time around. Score is currently 3-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bootleggers were able to get 3 runs, 3 hits, but committed 1 error. The last inning by Liberty. And he takes for strike 1 outside. And the A's were finally able to get on the board after having back-to-back runners in scoring position. They were able to put on 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors so far. And a swing and a miss. McClin has back-to-back strikes. Now Ariola cost time to catch a breather after whiffing at 2 pitches. That one looked high enough as he missed with the swing. Here comes the payoff pitch from McClin. And it shoots it right past the third baseman. Casio was not able to get out in front of to stop it. And now Ariola's running first. Comes throw from left field, Fontenot, and it's going to be not in time as he able to just beat the throw. That ball was hit down the line, but Fontenot was able to make it close. Ariola gambling over there, pushing the envelope, but he was successful getting a double.
Yeah, able to get a good hit there down that third base line. It was off the bat at 90 miles per hour as he sent it to the left field side. And he paused a little bit before he turned around first when he looked up and realized that Fontenot was still picking up the ball. And then he started charging at second. And it was a good throw by Fontenot. It just missed him by half a step.
Yeah, great play overall and great base running as well by Ariola. Willing to gamble, but it was in his favor as Fontenot was not able to throw it in time. And now due up, we have Herzog, who struck out his first time around. Comes the pitch by McClin. He shoots it through the 5-6 hole. Ariola's going to stop at third as it was hit right to Fontenot. Runners are first and second with one out.
Yeah, first pitch fastball going swinging, and was a late swing and got it to go opposite field right between the 5-6 guys.
And now it looks like they're going to have a play here. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter, number 12, for the Bootleggers coming in. We'll go ahead and confirm with you as soon as we get the name. And that'll be Braden McClin. Coming in the bat for number 11, Declan Rivero. Oh, no, excuse me, that's the A's. Number 12 from the Bootleggers will be Aiden Needles coming in the pitch hit. And he takes for ball one.
I was about to say, Brady McClin's on the mound.
Aiden Needles will be getting his first at bat this game. As he takes for strike one, he's even up to kind of 1-1. Aiden Needles is out of San Diego Academy. It's a recent 2025 high school graduate. Currently batting .273. Holds 2 RBIs and has a chance to put on another one here with the runner at third base. Sac fly would certainly do that job, as he's currently in a 1-2 hole. His on-base percentage, though, is a .385. McClin checking on the runner at first base, which would be Herzog. Trying to see if he can catch him sleeping, I mean. Takes a decent lead at first base. And a swing and a miss by Needles as he's able to strike him out for the second out. That'd be the second strikeout this inning. And now due up, we have Zach Perra, who also struck out back in the second inning, his first time around. And for the Bootleggers, this is your inning to pile on the lead as the A's been getting runners on and scoring position in back-to-back innings. They were successful back in the second, but you don't want to risk that factor. So just continue to pile on the lead and make it even harder for the A's, putting more pressure on the offense. Now he takes low for ball one. Still with 2 outs though here in the top of the third inning. The Lakers are up 3-1. They were able to collect 5 hits, 1 error. But the A's only have 1 run off 2 hits and have no errors. Takes for strike one. Counts even up at 1-1.
This is where Zach Perra can do some damage here. And we've seen this guy plenty of times this year. 4 singles, 1 double, has 9 RBIs on the team.
Throws back to first base, trying to get Herzog at first base, but he was able to slide back in time. Perra's currently batting .292. Has 10 walks compared to 5 strikeouts, so that's always a good sign if you're a batter. McClin fires it, and he is able to shoot it up the middle to get another RBI for the Bootleggers. Now the lead's 4-1 with 6 hits. Great hitting by the Bootleggers so far, as they're just hitting base hits, and they only recorded 1 extra base hit, and that was by Ariola.
Yeah, and he sent that one. He got it from the kitchen, sent it right back up in the mail, told it to return it. And he's able to knock in another RBI here, his 10th RBI of the season.
Great batting. And now we have Hayden Tanksley, the DH, who was able to get RBI single and scored back in the second inning. And a swing and a miss. He's wanting to do some damage on that swing. Now with runners at first and second, we have Perro standing at first. Hertzstock standing at second base after that single. Hits a soft dribbler to foul ball as it. The umpire called it right away.
Yeah, I got a piece of Hayden Tanksley off the right foot before it could go and take a roll down to that first base side.
And he's sitting in an 0-2 count with 2 outs. McClin has a chance to limit the damage. The game is still within reach. Still a lot of time left for the A's to rally up some hits and bring in some runs. And now with the 0-2 count, Tanksley steps back into the box. Runners at first and second here in the top of the third. Score is currently 4-1. The Lakers just added up another run. Comes the pitch, and he just missed high for ball 1. Counts currently 1-2. We have Perro standing on at first after an RBI single, and Hertzog standing at second base. Missed away for ball 2. The ace catcher Kakuta was able to smother it. McClenn's been doing a great job so far as he came in last minute. Hudson Myers had to be taken out of the game with his elbow in pain. And now he missed in for ball 3. Counts full now, 3-2. And on deck for the Lakers, we have Aiden Maury. That's going to be a big pitch here, big payoff pitch to hopefully get out of the inning. Comes the pitch, and he gets him looking. Strike 3. He's able to get out of the inning, limiting the damage. But the Bootleggers were able to put on another run. Score is currently 4-1, and we'll be heading to the bottom of the third inning. We'll be right back after this break.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for tuning in into Game 2 of the PSCL. We have the A's taking on the Bootleggers in a must-win. And now, due up for the A's, we have Dylan Kakuta. But back in the third inning, the Bootleggers were able to tally up another run, making it 4-1. Still within reach here for the A's if they want to try to come back and tie it. And now he takes strike 1 as it was down and in on Kakuta. And they still have Brady Bickett, the lefty for the Bootleggers, still pitching out there. Fires back another strike as he swung and missed. Strike 2. It's ahead early. Kakuta is going to be a sophomore. And he missed away for ball 1. He's able to lay off that pitch. Currently in a 1-2 count.
And so far, Bickett has been showing off why he's got that low ERA on the count so far this season. Obviously just 2 hits so far, but 1 run. But striking out multiple different hitters for the A's here against a team that actually gets a lot of runs around the bases.
Yeah, Brady Bickett's been certainly holding his own weight. He's been throwing the fastest pitch he threw was 91. So he's able to pull that one out of his pocket and catch these A's hitters by surprise. But now he's in a 2-2 count. Fouls it back again. Kakuta staying alive up in his at bat. Now the A's were able to get a runner in scoring position in the first 2 innings, but they were only able to catch in 1 run with the help of Thompson stealing third and the throwing error by the catcher. While Birdie was able to bring in Thompson to have the first run of the game. So now the count sits at 3-2. He's able to work it full. This will be Kakuta's first at bat in this game. Seen a lot of pitches his first time around against Bickett. Bickett fires. Missed away for ball 4. Kakuta was able to work a full count and get his walk. Great at bats by the A's so far through 2 innings. They just continue to sit on pitches, be patient at the plate. But now they'll just have to do what they can to move them over and hopefully bring them in to cut down the lead. Still within reach as the score is currently 4-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it looks like there's going to be a pinch runner for the catcher. It's going to be number 15 for the A's, and we'll go ahead and confirm with you who that name will be.
Logan LaBelle.
Logan LaBelle will be pinch running for the catcher. And now we have Braden McClin, who walked his first time around. Fouls it back for strike 1. Looks like he just missed that pitch.
Yeah, you said he did miss that pitch, just under it at 87 miles per hour. That horizontal break coming right down with that curveball.
Braden McClin is having a savvy summer. He's currently batting .439. And he hits it softly right to the center fielder. He's charging in, and it drops right in front of him. Center fielder for the Bootleggers was Maury. He tried to deke the runner at first base, which was number 15 who came in to pinch run, but it did not work as he was able to stand on second base. Now they got runners at first and second yet again. It's another repeat from the first inning. Getting on early with no outs. And now we have Fontenot coming into bat as he singled his first time around. And he missed for ball 1. He's ahead already. We have Logan LaBelle standing at second base. And we have McClin standing at first base after that single. And now Fontenot is ahead in the count, 2-0.
And Cade Hill's warming up for the A's. Looks like he might be taking over later.
Brady Bickett looks at the runner at second base, and he fouls it straight back for strike 1. The A's have certainly been putting pressure on Bickett throughout this whole game, but Bickett's been working his way out of it. Only allowed 1 run to score after the throwing error by Liberty to bring in Thompson after he stole third. Count's currently 2-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And then he shoots it right over to the second baseman, and he's able to get the double play. LaBelle was caught up in no man's land as he tried to take 3 instead of watching it go through the infield. And now they have 2 outs. The momentum certainly shifted over to the Bootleggers. A's were doing everything right until then. Big big mishap by the runner, but now they still have the chance. There's only 2 outs here in the first inning. They still have McClin standing at first base. They have some speed down there. And he takes strike 1 in the outside corner for Ethan Beltran, who struck out his first time around.
Yeah, it was just straight up, just line 4 to you for the second baseman. Great recognition by Farrell to make that catch because the runner there.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. He's in the hole early on. Beltran still has the runner at first base with some speed over there.
And Kakuta got caught up thinking that that was going to be single, and then he got taken out on the double take for Farrell there at second base. Good play.
And it fouls the back, still hanging in there with an 0-2 count. That was a big play indeed by the infield for the A's. They stopped the momentum that the A's were getting, but now they're in an 0-2 hole with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch by Bickett, and he shoots it over right to the shortstop. And he's able to rifle it down to first base and get the final out of the inning. Great inning by Bickett. He's able to work his out of it yet again with the help of his defense. So now we head to the top of the 4th inning. Bootleggers still lead 4-1. And be right back after this break.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Game 2 of the PSCL here on Sunday afternoon in Southern California. We currently have the A's taking on the Bootleggers. The Bootleggers are currently still leading 4-1. The A's had their chance in the last inning, but the base running mishaps was able to have the Bootleggers turn double play. And now we're here in the top of the 4th inning. And there has been a pitching change. Cade Hill is going to be relieving McClin, who had to come in ASAP as Hudson Myers was taken out of the game in the middle of his outing. And now duo, we have Aiden Morey taking 1 ball, 1 strike. Cade Hill just missed that pitch, so now it's a 2-1 count.
He's only made 1 appearance this year, Cade Hill. Only 1 1/3 of an inning pitched. He gave up a handful of earned runs there as well.
And the A's second baseman Hill, it seems like there was a new second baseman there for the A's there. That'd be numbers. Did not catch the number, but as soon as we confirm whose number and the name, we'll go ahead and let you guys know. So Cade Hill was originally playing second, but now he's on the bump for the A's. And there seems to be another defensive switch for them. But nonetheless, the second baseman took a short hop right at him. and he was not able to smother it or at least try to stop it from getting past him. So now we have a runner at first base for the Lakers. Maury was able to reach on after that hit. And now we have number 7, Easton Ogle, coming up to bat. Bootleggers just continue to find ways to get on base, whether it's getting their walks or just hitting it hard somewhere in the infield.
Yeah, that was also a really awkward ground ball on the floor. It almost just took a weird bounce in the dirt again. We've seen that a couple times today as well, and not able to corral it there at that second base bag.
Yeah, I've seen some funny hops out here, especially some high choppers. I've been making the infielders make adjustments on the fly. Seen some great plays, though. But now we have Easton Ogle in a 2-1 count. There is a lot of space between first and second base as the new second baseman is shading over towards it more. But now he's in a 3-1 count to Cade Hill. Hill still has a chance to help his defense out by turning a double play here. Here comes a pitch by Hill, and he fouled it. Now the count's full at 3-2. Still with no outs here in the top of the 4th inning, the Lakers currently lead 4-3. They collected 6 hits, committed 1 error. A's have 1 run, 3 hits, and also 1 error. But Maury was able to reach to first base off a hit. Now he takes the lead. Just fouled it, and he's able to stay alive in his at-bat. This will be the 7th pitch. Another long at-bat for the Bootleggers.
And somehow got a piece of it on the outside corner of the strike zone. Keep this bat alive. This is where the Bootleggers start to jump in front of teams when they can start to get through you with just easy contact hits.
Yeah, they only had 1 extra base hit, and that came by Ariola. And now he works himself a walk. So now we have Oglestein at first base, and Maury is heading over to second base. And now we have Garrett Amodeo, who also reached on the walk as well with another long at-bat. These Lakers just continue to grind out these at-bats every time they get the chance, tiring out the A's pitchers, as they've been throwing a lot of pitches. To start off the game in the first inning, they saw 21 pitches in the first inning. He shoots it right over to the right field. It's in shallow right, and he's coming in, and it drops right in front of him. Runner at third advances to third base. Got a little bit of a late read, but he's able to reach in there just in time. Brownie was not able to reel it in. It was hit in no man's land as the new second baseman was running out there, but it was too far for him to reach, and now the bases are loaded. After that bloop single by Amodeo, moving everyone station to station.
Yeah, it looked like both the second baseman and the right fielder, Browning, both came in for that ball. I thought the second baseman was going to go after that ball, but he came off and Browning could not locate it. They didn't communicate on that play right there, which is usually what you're supposed to do as a defender in these situations. And unfortunately, none of them just could figure out how to lock in on that play, and nobody could catch that ball. And now the base is loaded, no outs.
Yeah, now we have the leadoff batter for the Lakers, Farrell, as he fouled it off. It's a 1-1 count for him. Cade Hill certainly going to have to work his way out of traffic. It'll be best if he comes out of here unscathed, but they'll need to get an out here, or hopefully turn a double play. But now he has Farrell in a 1-2 count. We currently have Amadeo starting at first base after the bloop single, Easton Ogle at second base after the walk, and Maury standing on second base after himself got a hit as well. Got him looking for strike 3, down and away. What a pitch to get the first out of the inning.
That cut him up at that 80-mile-per-hour pitch on the outside edge of the strike zone. It was split right down that little line on that border.
Yeah, great execution by Cade Hill. And now a double play could potentially get him out of the inning. Bootlegger's been scoring in back-to-back innings. They have 3 back in the second and 1 back in the third. Got him inside for strike 1. Cade Hill looks like he's locked in now with bases loaded. Still have 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Liberty could not catch up to that high heater. He's now in the 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch by Hill. Throws and just missed hitting him. If Liberty did not duck out of the way, that would have been another run.
Yeah, that had a whole lot of break on that ball. He started it way outside, tried to bring it in, and let that ball kind of slip out of his fingertips.
Great idea, but he just could not be able to get it over the plate, and he hits it right past the first baseman. And now the runner at third is running third, and he's coming. Play at the plate. Not in time, as the umpire called him safe. Browning was not able to throw it in time. As the runner from second base, Easton Ogle was able to score off that base hit. Tanksley and Ogle score off a single. And that moves Amodeo to second base. And Liberty stands on first.
We call that a poke job right there. He went on an outside pitch, and he literally stuck his hands out there. Liberty put his bat at the very end, just poked it on the opposite field, right between the two defenders at second and first base. Got himself 2 RBIs, and this game now being put wide open.
Yeah, the Bootleggers are a bunch of single merchants. Arriola is the only guy in his lineup that has the extra base hit, which was a double back in the 3rd inning. Arriola shoots it over to center field. Thompson's running.
Wow.
It looks like he caught it. What a great read by him, and he was showing off the wheels.
You see how far he had to run for that thing?
He ran all the way almost to where Browning was at.
It's like he probably has a 4.4 second 40 time probably. The way that he ran there, he started at the 400 wall, ran all the way over to the Sunbelt Rentals banner that's over there, and was able to cover that much.
That's probably at least more than 100 feet he just ran. But that ball did stay up in the air though, and to help with the wind, it probably just kept telling away from him.
The wind is blowing from left to right a little bit. It was blowing pretty hard, but it's starting to die down a little bit. If it was blowing even harder, that would have been a tougher play to make.
Yeah, but now they got 2 outs, and Isaac Herzog's in the 0-2 count. Has a chance to limit the damage. Bootlegger's been scoring in 3 straight innings so far. 3 runs back in the 2nd, 1 run back in the 3rd, and now 2 here in the 4th inning. Added on to the lead 6-1. Herzog fouls it off down the first baseline foul. Still an 0-2 count after that foul ball. Bootleggers currently leading 6-1 with 8 hits, 1 error. A's have 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error here in the top of the 4th inning. Still some ball game left, but the A's are need to continue to do what they're doing, but then they start scoring those runs. And we got a quick time as the ball went onto the field. Everyone's running after the ball so we can continue back into play. Still have Cade Hill on the bump. And it looks like the A's have another bullpen pitcher warming up. It looks like number 17. We'll go ahead and confirm the name and number as soon as we get to look at it. But for right now, we have Garrett Amodeo at first base.
Brady Matson is warming up.
And that one's shot over to center field for the 3rd out of the inning. They're able to limit the damage, but the Bootleggers were able to put on another 2 runs, having a score of 6-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. And we'll be right back after this break.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or Simply researching. Rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Game 2 of the PSCL here on this Sunday afternoon in Southern California. And now we have the A's taking on the Bootleggers. The Bootleggers were able to put up another 2 runs back in the top of the 4th inning, making their lead 6-1. They have 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. The A's currently have 1 run, 3 hits, and committed 1 error as well. But now due up for the A's, we have number 24, Blake Browning. Taking ball 1. Brady Pickett still on the bump for the Bootleggers. Been having a great job so far, only allowing run to score, but it was off an error. And he's also collected 5 strikeouts. Comes the pitch by Pickett and missed low for ball 2. Blake Browning's first time around, he struck out. And one of the victims of Pickett. And on deck for the A's, it's going to be Gilbert Cosio, who also struck out. Got him for strike 1, up and away.
How about the rush over the haymakers right now, 12-0 over at the turf field.
Another big game over there as well, because as we look at the standings, the Bootleggers needed to win this game to want to stay ahead of the A's. The Bootleggers have 1 more win than the A's. Their current record is going to be 11-4, and the A's is 10-4. And he takes for strike 2. The Bootleggers are currently right behind the Jacks as the Jacks sit up top 12-2 as they won 3 straight. But now Pickett is back in the count, working at 2-2 against Browning. And he gets Browning yet again for strike 3, his second strikeout of the game, and that'll make 6 strikeouts for Pickett.
Good pitch selection on that cutter pitch outside. Got him to swing and miss.
And now do it for the A's. We have Gilbert Cosio, who was also a strikeout victim of Pickett. Cosio is out of College of the Desert, standing 6 feet, weighing 195 pounds. Pickett fires back another strike. He's been hitting the outside corner all game. He's been doing a great job at it. Cosio currently has 9 hits and has a hit in back-to-back games he's played in. Has a chance to make it 3 here. Takes for strike 2, and now he's in a hole 0-2. Both teams have 1 extra base hit. The only one that the A's have is going to be from Derek Thompson back in the 2nd inning, which was a double. Takes low for ball 1. Counts currently 1-2 to Cosio. Now the A's need to get something going for them as time is certainly running out, because these games only go 2 hours or 7 innings, whichever come first. Fouls a straight bag as he stays alive after that foul ball.
And this is where the A's haven't been able to really break through against the Bootleggers this year because of the pitching that they have thrown out. Pickett this time before is Quintero. who had an excellent game against the A's last time out. The A's had Brandon McCoy-Death, but he wasn't able to hold off the Bootleggers offense, who have been so good up until this point.
Yeah, they've been great so far, as we've seen. And now he gets Cosio on strike 3, swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bickett. And now we have Andrew Carnes, who hit it to the second base for a 4-3 putout back in the second inning.
We wouldn't even be able to know if Hudson Myers never comes out of this game. Does he keep the Bootleggers at bay? Does he keep it low-scoring affair?
Certainly had the chance to prove that today, but it was an unfortunate way to come out as he was taken out early, as they had to put in McClain on the fly, coming in from left field and making some last-minute defensive substitutions.
You talk about what-ifs in these situations. It's just how that works, and fortunately with that injury, it's just a tougher situation for the A's that they have to really put up here against the Bootleggers who have been so good this season.
Had a great chance with Myers on the bump. By now, the A's are in a hole, losing 6-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Back-to-back punch-outs by Bickett to get 2 outs. Missed away as he tried to get that breaking pitch to hit the outside corner. Andrew Carnes is able to get ahead 2-1. Still with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Carnes is currently batting .304. Last hit came yesterday. No, excuse me, on the 27th. Swing and a miss for strike 2. He even up the count at 2-2. Bickett has a chance to strike out the side if he gets one more strikeout here. And on deck for the A's, we have Derek Thompson, who reached on a double and scored his first time around. Comes the payoff pitch. And he just missed low for ball 3. That one was outside.
And not by much either. Almost clipped the lower out corner of the strike zone.
Pickett loves living outside that outside corner to these righties. Here comes the pitch. And he gets him looking for strike 3. Brady Pickett strikes out the side. Got Carnes looking at that pitch. And we're heading into the top of the 5th inning. The A's are still down 6-1 in a must win. And we'll see you after this break.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Game 2 of the PSCL action here in Southern California. We currently have the A's taking on the Bootleggers. Bootleggers still leading 6-1 as they continue to score. They have put on another 2 runs back in the 4th inning, expanding their lead 6-1. And we do have a new pitcher relieving Cade Hill. It's going to be number 17, Brady Matson. He's currently making his 4th appearance here. The last time he pitched was on June 13th. No, excuse me, this would be his first time pitching. And he's even up to count on 1-1. And now duo for the Lakers, we have number 13, number 12, Aiden Needles, who came in for Declan Rivera earlier in his game.
Brady Matson, 6'4", 205 pounds. He's also the assistant coach for the A's. Essentially, he's a 2025 high school grad.
Just missed on the outside corner with that breaking pitch. Looked like it was just off the plate.
His first pitching appearance this year.
And he threw it away in ball 3. Just missed inside to Aiden Needles. Aiden Needles struck out his first time around back in the 3rd inning. Brady Matson's out of Columbia Falls High School. A swing and a miss on that pitch for strike 2. He's able to work back into the count, making it 3-2. The last thing you want to do if you're the A's pitching staff is to give up free runners. They already walked a couple times. And now it's a weak fly ball to the right field, Browning. And he's not able to get there as it bounces right in front of him. So now they have a leadoff runner on yet again.
Yeah, another read from Blake Browning. I thought he would be able to get, but he still just can't find it out in the outfield.
Yeah, maybe that wind's playing a factor as it keeps throwing the ball away. But now we have number 32, Zach Pirro, who had an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Still 6-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Bootleggers were able to tally up 8 hits while committed 1 error. The A's have 1 run, 4 hits, and also committed 1 error. Been a pretty clean game so far by both teams' defenses making plays. And now Matson throws it for ball 1 to Perro to start off his at-bat. Got Needles standing on first base after a soft hit single. Miss in yet again for ball 2. The count's currently 2-0. Needles not necessarily taking a big lead over there. He's taking a pretty average one. Doesn't look like he's going to be threatening to steal second base. But wouldn't be a bad idea to avoid a double play. And shoots it over right to the 3rd base. He's able to bobble it, but he cannot hold on to the ball. Casio had the chance to turn a double play, but he was bobbling the ball and not be able to handle it. Couldn't make the recovery. That'd be another error for the A's. They are still down 6-1 though. They need to be getting all the outs they can get if they want to have a chance, because the Bootleggers just continue to get hits. In each inning they get them on and they are able to bring them in.
Yeah, just wasn't able to corral it correctly. It bounced behind him for a second. He picks it up and then dropped it just for a second, unable to make the play at any of the bases. That almost could have been a double play situation too.
Would have certainly helped Matson, but now he has runners at first and second with no outs. And here comes Hayden Tanksley. We have Perro standing on first base after the error, and now Needles moved over to second. And he takes for strike 2, currently in the hole 0-2. Hayden Tanksley has a chance to having a productive at-bat by just moving him. Put it on the ground and see what can happen. But the Bootleggers have been doing great, just getting singles all game. Just missed off the plate for ball 1. Ariola's the only batter in the Bootleggers lineup to have an extra base hit, and that was back in the 3rd inning. Comes a big by Matson. He fouls it. Stay alive in his at-bat. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The Bootleggers are currently leading 6-1. They've been scoring in the past 3 innings as they put another 2 back in the 4th. And the most they put up was back in the 2nd with 3 runs. Madsen taking his time. The lefty-lefty matchup, and he missed up for ball 1. No, excuse me, ball 2 counts currently 2-2. Still with no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Still have the chance to turn a double play. Madsen looking at the runner at second base to see how far he's off. He fires it. Just missed in sight again. Tanksy's having a great at-bat. Currently full at 3-2. He's been taking some great breaking pitches off the plate. We still have Perro standing at first and Needles standing at second base. And Tanksy shoots it up the middle. And he drops right in front of him. He's able to get the runner at third. It's going to be a force out. And he missed him as the throw was offline. Thompson certainly had him in no man's land. But he was a little bit too far in center field. He had the chance, though, if he would have threw it on target. And now the runners move station to station. So that means Needles is standing at third base. Perro standing at second. And now Tanksy, after that soft single to Thompson, standing at first base. So now the base is loaded for Aiden Maury, who currently has 2 hits. He's 2 for 2. Madsen certainly got himself some traffic in this inning, still with no outs. But now the A's have the chance to tag at any base. Preferably throw home if they can, if it's a weak ground ball. Or hit somewhere in the infield. Corners are played slightly in while the middle infielders are playing back. And he takes for ball 1. Moore with 2 singles and 2 runs. And on deck for the Bootleggers is going to be Easton Ogle. We're still in the top of this 5th inning. Bootleggers currently leading 6-1 with 10 hits. The A's currently have 1 run, 3 hits, and committed 2 errors.
Just another tough situation for the A's, and we talked about the what-ifs about this game, and here in this situation, the Bootleggers are able to literally just score another pair of runs. This pretty much puts this game out of reach.
Comes a pitch by Madsen, and he misses away for ball 2. Maury currently is in the 2-1 count with still no outs.
You look about the situation, the A's have only been able to get 3 hits today against their really top pitcher, Brady Bickett.
Madsen throws it in there, but the A's catcher, Dylan Kakuta, was able to smother and keep it right in front of him, preventing any runners from trying to advance. Great block by him. Counts currently 3-1 to Maury, who's 2 for 2 with 2 runs. Comes a pitch by Madsen. He throws it, and he hits it right to the second baseman. But he's able not to field it as he bobbles it, and the runners move station to station. He was able to get a hit off that as the A's second baseman could not corral it, or at least keep it in front of him as it gets away from him. He was not able to recover to record an out. Seen some funny hops out here at the Palm Springs Stadium field, but that was an out they certainly needed. But now there's bases loaded. Everyone moved up a spot. So that means Needles was able to score off of that hit, and everyone advances the station. So that means Perro's at third, Tanksy's going to be standing at second, and now Maury standing at first base. And now we have Easton Ogle taken for strike 1. And that one gets away with the wild pitch. And then another run comes in. Perro comes in to score easily. And that moves the runners up again. So now we have Tanksy standing at third base and Maury standing at second base after the wild pitch.
And we talked about if they're able to score more than a single run here, then this game pretty much just gets out of reach.
Yeah, Ogle's in a 1-1 count. Kakuta did everything he can. He's been doing a great job blocking pitches, but that one was spiked in the dirt and got away from him. And he shoots it up the middle. Thompson's going to read it, and it drops in front of right field. They're going to hold the runner at at third base. So that means Tinksy comes in to score, and Maury just advances a base, moving him to third base. And now Ogle gets an RBI single. So now we're running to first and third with no out still. The Bootleggers were able to put up 3 more runs in his inning. Score is currently 8-1. And he shoots it, soft hit to the right field. Has been a story all day for the Bootleggers. They've been singles merchants, just putting the barrel to the ball and letting it fly, and it's just been going their way today. And that'll be another RBI single for the Bootleggers.
Yeah, they're just putting the bat to the ball, like you said, and getting good soft contact hits and placing these right in the right places. And nobody's been able to get these balls in the infield, and they're not recognizing that these soft contact hits are coming in shallow outfield. So now you see Browning is starting to come in shallow right field to come a little closer.
And it looks like we have a pinch hitter for the Bootleggers, number 2, batting for Maddox Farrell. I'm going to go ahead and confirm with you who that will be. Just give us one moment.
Gavin Stesser.
Gavin Stesser coming in for the Bootleggers. Takes low for ball 1. Gavin Stesser's out of Hiley High School. His last time around was against the Bombers on June 28th. Had 2 hit by pitches, a walk, and was able to score twice his last time. And now he's currently in a 1-1 count. Missed low. Kakuta was able to block it. Stuzer standing 6 feet, weighing 155 pounds. He's a recent 2025 high school graduate looking for a home. Currently in the top of the 5th inning. The score is now 9-1. As they continue to score in 3 straight innings. Now the count's 2-1 to Stuzer, excuse me. Fouls it back for strike 2. It counts 2-2. Still have Amadeo standing at first base after an RBI single, and Ogle standing on second base with a RBI single for himself. And on deck we have Giovanni Liberti. A's are still looking for the first out in his inning. Missed up for ball 4. Bases are loaded for Giovanni Liberti. So now we have Ogle standing at third, Amadeo standing at second, and now Gavin Stuzer standing at first base after his walk. And now we have Giovanni Liberti, who had 2 RBIs on the single last time around. And he takes away for ball 1. And on deck we have Noah Arriola, who holds the Bootleggers' only extra based hit. Takes away for ball 2. The Bootleggers batters continue to remain patient as Matson has been having a little bit of trouble finding the zone. But they've also been swinging at pitches he's throwing for strikes, just throwing the barrel out there. And now he's in a 3-0 count to Liberti. Comes a pitch by Matson. Fires it for a strike, for strike 1. Liberti's in a 3-1 count. Matson doing what he can to get back into this count with Another fastball that shoots it over the plate. And he missed for ball 4. He walked in another runner. And now we have Noah Arriola coming up to bat. So everyone moves station to station. We have Stuzer standing at second base. And now Amodeo standing at third. While Isinogo comes in to score after that walk. It looks like they're going to have a quick mound visit real quick, maybe just to calm him down a bit. The A's still have no one warming up in their bullpen. Noah Arriola currently has a .441 batting average. Takes for strike 1. Had a double and scored back in the 3rd inning. Takes away for ball 1. He's currently in a 1-1 count. Currently in the top of the 5th inning. The bootleggers currently lead 11-1 with 13 hits and 1 error, while the A's only have 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Arriola swung and missed on that pitch. Matson still looking for his first out of this inning. He certainly has a chance to turn a double play here with bases loaded. But now he's ahead in the count 1-2 against Arriola. Here comes the pitch by Matson, and he missed away. Kakuta almost going a full-length dive to get that ball.
It's another tough outing, and we talked about those what-ifs earlier in the game, and you see the effect and what that does to your team when you lose such a strong pitcher in Hudson Myers.
Arriola rips it down the left field line. Fontenot's not able to get it in time as Arriola is running over to second base with the stand-up double. His second double of this game. And now we're going to have a rollover rule. So now we'll be heading into the top of the 6th inning. No, excuse me, bottom of the 5th. And we'll be right back after this break.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Game 2 of the PSCL. We currently have the Bootleggers versus the A's facing off right now. But the Bootleggers were able to put on more runs as the score is 15-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And we do have a new pitching change coming in to relieve Brady Bickett. Is going to be number 23. It's going to be Zach Gibbs coming in to relief Brady Bickett. Those for ball 1 to Derek Thompson, who's been the A's only run as he stole third, and then a throwing error by the Bootleggers catcher. Liberty was able to bring him in. Now fouls it out of play for strike 1. Counts currently even at 1-1. Zach Gibbs currently holds a 0 ERA through 5.2 innings of work. Has accumulated 6 strikeouts compared to 2 walks.
And yeah, we're approaching that 2-hour limit as well in this game. We started at 11:45. It's almost 1:40 here, so close to that start time. If this inning extends beyond that, I don't think we'll be playing another inning.
No, Arriola is able to corral it. Fired, bound down to first base, and Perro is able to scoop him up. Great pick me by the first baseman, able to collect the first out.
Yeah, very good pickup me there from the third baseman. It was Arriola over to Perro, and a very good throw and a good job by Perro to be able to scoop that play up. It's always great when you get a first baseman who can be able to get those great picks on the ground.
Yeah, flashing the leather on both ends. Arriola had a backhanded and threw a one-hopper to get the speedy Thompson out at first. And now we have Logan Bell, who struck out his first time around. He swung and missed on that pitch. Zach Gibbs, his last time he pitched was against the A's on June 27th with 1.2 innings and collected 1 strikeout. Now he's in an 0-2 count here to Logan Bell. We're here in the bottom of the 5th inning. For those of you who are tuning in, the score is currently 15-1. Bootleggers currently has 15 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. All singles except for 2 extra base hits, on which they both came from Noah Arriola.
Yeah, this game has turned into a showcase now for the Bootleggers and showing off why they're so good this year. You see the pitching staff so far, and Brady Bickett went 4 innings. He only gave up a run, and unearned, by the way. 3 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 8 of those batters.
Yeah, just like you said, it's been hitting clinic. They've been just getting a bunch of singles, just showing off what happens when you put the barrel to the ball. And now Zach Gibbs works a 2-2 count and he fouls it back. Logan Bell stays alive in this at bat.
Well, I had no idea, but it's exact same score over at the turf field. The rush over the Haymakers 15-1. Score over here is 15-1.
And he fouls it straight back yet again, staying alive in his at bat. Still not letting up. The A's are still fighting out there. It's always great to see your offense give it their all in every inning. Zach Gibbs gets the sign from the catcher. Fires it in, and it's going to be low for ball 3. What a take by Logan Bell. Was not biting at that pitch low. Worked it to a full count. This will be his 8th pitch in this at bat. He's making Zach Gibbs work for this strikeout. And he swung and missed on that one. He was able to get him. Zach Gibbs has a strikeout victim. That'll be his first one. Got him swinging. And now we have Cade Hill. No, excuse me. It looks like we have a new batter coming in. Be number 2, I believe. We'll go ahead and confirm with you on that as soon as we get the name and number.
Jackson Call.
It's going to be Jackson Call coming in to pinch hit. Takes away for ball 1. Comes a pitch by Gibbs, and he shoots it down the first base line and a road foul. Jackson Calls, currently 5'11", weighs 185 pounds.
And this is, you know, we seen the showcase today with all these teams being mismatched today, but tomorrow should be more exciting with the Bombers and the Bootleggers facing off again after that sudden death game yesterday. Might be a little personal for Coach John of the Bootleggers tomorrow.
Just missed outside for ball 2 accounts, currently 2-1 with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Bootleggers were able to tack on 9 runs back in the 5th, extending their lead 15-1.
I mean, it's unbelievable how much time has gone by. We're almost at the end of the PSCL season. We finish up on July 7th around that time, and before that, July 4th, we talked about earlier in the other game. You know, we one of the biggest crowds of the year at the stadium. We got fireworks spectacular. You got the PSCL All-Stars. If you want to see exactly who will be the kind of the starters in the PSCL All-Star team, you can look at the stat graphic that our own Paige Perez put up on the PSCL Instagram.
It's always a fun day here on the 4th of July as we got 2 teams duking it out. Just missed for ball 4 as Jackson Calls able to get a pinch hit walk.
We just hit the 2-hour mark in the game, so I'm not sure if they're going to keep this thing going once this inning ends.
Yeah, the A's are the home team, so this might be their last at-bats, maybe. Because it's either, just to give you guys a reminder, it's either 2 hours or 7 innings here in the PSCL. And now, duo, we have Dylan Kakuda. No, excuse me, number 6. Oh, yeah, that is number 6, Dylan Kakuda coming into bat. Walked his first time around. For those of you who are just tuning in, the Bootleggers currently leading 15-1 over the A's. The Bootleggers currently had collected 14 hits, committed 1 error, while the A's have 1 run, 3 hits, with 2 errors. And now Kakudo's in the hole, 0-2 with 2 outs. A's been doing a great job fouling pitches off, having long at-bats. But it has not gone their way as the Lakers just continue to throw the bat out there and just hit the ball and see where it flies. It's just gone their way today. Here's a payoff pitch to Gibbs. To Kakuda, and he fouls it straight back, just got under that pitch. We still have Jackson Call standing at first base after he pinch hit and earned himself a walk. We're getting it back to a full count. And now we got Kakuda, who's trying to do the same thing and battled it out against Gibbs. Still in the 0-2 hole with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kakuda stays alive, fouling off another pitch. Making it very difficult for Gibbs to get his second strikeout.
Yeah, Gibbs is all over the strike zone right now, but he's keeping it inside and still forcing those strike calls if Kakuda misses on one, but he hasn't missed on all of them. He's just been late or either early on that swing.
Yeah, he's certainly just missing the pitches he wants to drive. And here he comes. Missed away for ball 1. Kakuda still in there with the 1-2 count. Been having a great at-bat so far, as well as back in the 3rd inning. He was able to work the count full his first time around. And now he might have the same situation. Kakuda takes again for ball 2 as that pitch was up. And now he's in a 2-2 count with 2 outs. We still have Call standing at first base after a pinch hit walk. Bootleggers currently lead 15-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just off the plate for ball 3, Kakuda worked himself into yet another full count. This will be his second one in his second at bat.
Okay, so official time limit is 2 hours and 10 minutes. We're getting close to that, but not exactly over it yet.
Comes the pitch by Gibbs. And he works himself another walk. He's currently 0 for 0 with 2 walks. 2 great at-bats by Kakuda. 1 back in the 3rd with the walk, and now this one with another walk.
That was a really good at-bat. 8 pitches in a row. Fouled off 3 of those pitches and is able to really come back all the way. He was behind in an 0-2 count in that at-bat, and he's able to work it up to a full count.
He was certainly locked in, just taking pitches that looks like they were just off the plate. And now we have Brady McClin coming in the bat. Reach on a single his first time around. McClin gets out in front of that one and it shoots down the right field line, foul.
Yeah, he was just a little early on that swing right there.
Now he's in a hole 0-1.
Like, I don't know what the record is, if there even is a PSEL comeback of 14 runs, but never say never. We've seen crazier outcomes in many of the games this year.
Yeah, we've seen some wicked games so far. The A's are trying to work some late game magic with 2 outs. Let's see if they could pull it off right here as he takes for strike 2 as that breaking pitch fell inside. Zach Gibbs has worked himself into another 0-2 count. But Kakuta was able to fight it off and get a walk. And he swung and misses that one. McClin strikes out. And it looks like the game might be over.
Yeah, the way that they're walking out to the field, yeah, it looks like they're going to call this one right here.
And just to give you folks a reminder, this game goes 7 innings or 2 hours. But the A's take a loss here as the final score is 15-1. The A's needed to win big time right here, but the Bootleggers were able to pull off a win, so their current record would be 12-4, while the A's fall 10-5. But the A's certainly did have their chances early on in the games. They were able to get the leadoff runner on in 3 straight innings, but they continued to not be able to catch them in. The only difference is that the Bootleggers were just the single merchants. They had a total of 12 singles, while Ariola's the only guy in the team to have 2 extra base hits.
Well, the Bootleggers continue to show you why they're touted to be the #1 seed into the PSCL playoffs. They continue to show off why they added 15 more runs to that run differential, only allowing one run today, so 62 and 127 runs for on that. I mean, that's almost, what, 50% run differential, plus 50 somewhat. And the way that they've been playing as of recently, you know, obviously they took the tough loss yesterday, and they might try to come back against the Bombers tomorrow, but the Bootleggers are definitely the front runner, right? They're right there with the Jacks.
Yeah, they're certainly right there now after this win. But it was certainly a good one. Unfortunately for Hudson Myers, he was taken out of the game early, which would have made a big difference if he stayed in. But for right now, they took the loss, and they have to move on from this game. So tomorrow, here at the stadium, we have the A's taking on the Jacks at 9 a.m. And over at the turf field at 8:30, we have the Chill versus the Colonials. And game 2 at the turf field is going to be at 11 a.m. Blue Sox take on the Grizzly. And last but not least, the last game here in the stadium at 11:30 will be the Bombers versus the Rush. I'm Johnny Maldonado, and with me was Justin Lee calling your game today. And we hope you folks have a good day and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.